If you've been struggling to lose the same 15 to 20 pounds, maybe experiencing a little bit of bloating, inflammation, brain fog, low energy, this video is for you. This training is going to show you exactly why most women are still struggling to lose weight. We're going to dig into the 4 pillars that most diets miss, and I'm going to give you some very tangible tools that you can take with you and implement as of today. So most diets out there tell you eat less food, move more, right? Track more steps, do more cardio, cut out carbs, don't eat the dessert, maybe cut out an entire food group, do a meal replacement shake, try harder, be more disciplined, have more willpower. Unfortunately, we can't deprive, starve, and willpower our way into true health. Not only do these methods leave us frustrated and discouraged, but they're actually creating an environment within your body that is not ideal for actual fat loss, especially not long-term fat loss. There are 4 pillars that you absolutely must focus on if you want to see sustainable fat loss. This is your metabolism, your hormonal health, your gut microbiome, and then sustainability. Most women that come to me for help have sustained years of yo-yo dieting, maybe forgetting to eat, maybe cutting calories, and ultimately their metabolisms are completely burnt out. When your metabolism is burnt out, this directly impacts your hormonal health and your digestion. If your metabolism is not functioning properly, your body is never going to want to respond to weight loss. So what we're looking for is creating an environment where your body is actually burning energy instead of conserving energy. This is why it's so important to have a tailored approach to your metabolism when you're following any kind of nutrition plan, okay? What works for your cousin, sister, mom, best friend is not going to be what works for you. Every metabolism is different. So pillar number 1 is regulating your metabolism, restoring your metabolism, and making sure your metabolism is in a place where it will respond to weight loss. The second piece of that pillar is aligning your nutrition with what your metabolism actually needs. Pillar number 2 is creating an environment where your body is actually in hormonal harmony. Your hormones affect weight loss, right? So this could be sleep, low energy, brain fog, fat storage, hunger signals, all of this ties into your hormones. If you're feeling some of these symptoms I just mentioned, your hormones are likely out of alignment. And if your hormones are not aligned, it doesn't matter how perfect you are with your nutrition, you're not creating a home where your body is going to want to lose weight. The second most important thing is actually bringing your hormones back to alignment so your body will respond. The third pillar is your gut microbiome. Your gut health influences metabolism and hormones. Your gut microbiome influences your ability to lose weight. If you are struggling with constant bloating and inflammation, irregular bowels, meaning you are not going to the bathroom every single day, right? So I'm saying no constipation, no diarrhea, but normally going to the bathroom every single day, you have something going on in your gut microbiome where your body may not want to respond to weight loss. So the first thing is we got to address the root cause of these symptoms, right? We got to address, why am I having bloating every single day? Why do I get acid reflux? Why do I feel brain fog? When you're able to get down to the root cause of these symptoms, we can, 1, heal them, and 2, we can create an environment where your body is absorbing nutrients properly, which is a part of your gut health, where we're not having these symptoms, where your hormones are signaling properly and your metabolism is firing and functioning as it should. So far, if we're talking about the 4 pillars that most diets are not addressing, we're talking metabolism, hormones, gut health, and then number 4 is sustainability. Again, most diets are pushing you to do things that realistically you cannot do long term. If you are eating in a different room from your kids, if you are feeling miserable every day, if all you're thinking about is food, if you're like, I just cannot choke down this chicken and broccoli another day, the diet is not for you. So I want to give you some steps that you can actually implement today to help support your gut microbiome, your hormonal health, and see some fat loss, okay? And your metabolism. So what this looks like is, 1, creating physiological stability first and foremost. So what can this look like? Eating 3 structured meals a day, okay, at consistent times. It doesn't necessarily matter when those times are, but have breakfast, lunch, dinner at the same times every day, okay? In every single meal, eat a protein. Aim for the protein about the size of the palm of your hand, okay, or about 20 grams if you're paying attention to grams of protein, okay? After consistent meals have been established, so after you've had your breakfast, lunch, dinner with protein, then add in 1 to 2 high protein snacks, all right? After that, I want you to focus on hitting 20 grams of fiber a day. This is massive for your gut health, all right? The next thing we're going to focus on is regulating your sleep and wake cycles. All right. You really want to get at least 6 hours of sleep, go to bed around the same time every night, and wake up around the same time every morning. And then lastly, try to get at least one serving of fruits and vegetables a day. This is bare minimum for hormonal harmony and a healthy, happy gut. The second thing we're going to focus on is adding movement that is increasing stress, especially if you're already stressed out. Throwing HIIT and cardio into your training regimen is not going to be ideal. All that's going to do is signal more inflammation, more cortisol. Okay. So we need to build a solid foundation. That means daily, low impact walking or light cardio, maybe staying in the zone 2 range, and then strength training 2 to 3 times a week. This is actually going to be better for your metabolism because the more muscle you have, the faster your metabolism is. Then really start aiming for 8 to 10,000 steps per day. Lastly, stop any strategy that you are currently doing that is elevating your stress. So if you're fasting, like intermittent fasting, doing any kind of 2-a-days or intense challenges, we need to put a pause on all of that, because all of that is doing is further down regulating your metabolism and further increasing hormonal chaos, increasing cortisol. The third thing is we actually need to address the root cause of your symptoms. Okay. So I've outlined here on this Google document some signs that you can look out for metabolic dysregulation, hormonal dysregulation, or gut health dysregulation. So if you're plateauing at low calories, if you're feeling low energy, if you're always cold, or just like not seeing fat loss despite your hardest efforts, there's probably something going on with your metabolism. If you are having hormonal issues, some symptoms to look out for: cravings, belly fat in your midsection, changes with your cycle, fatigue, brain fog, mood swings, poor sleep, intense periods. These are all hormonal dysregulation signs. And then some major gut signs, okay, for your gut health: bloating, inflammation, constipation, loose stool, right? Nausea, acne, in any kind of inflammation to certain foods, any negative food reactions. If you eat that one thing, it triggers something, there's a gut dysregulation, acid reflux as well. Okay. Now with this, when we finally identify, hey, I think I have an issue with my metabolism, hey, I think I have an issue with my hormones, we don't want to put a band-aid on that, meaning if I drink coffee, I can poop. No, you're constipated, right? Instead, we need to figure out what is the root cause of why I'm having this symptom and how can we heal this. And this is done through functional testing. Okay. You can do functional tests like the ones I do in my practice to test your hormones through a Dutch test, or test your gut microbiome through the gold standard GI map, and actually get down to the root cause and heal the drivers of the dysregulation. I'm a huge fan of test, don't guess. Example: if you're taking ashwagandha for stress, but your adrenals are burnt, they're shot, ashwagandha is not doing any favors. If you have an overgrowth of bacteria, but you're taking a probiotic, that probiotic is not doing you any favors. So please don't guess, test, see what your symptoms are, or talk to someone who can help. But I will tell you, I will promise you, if you start with what's outlined here for step 1, in step 1, you will see positive change. I hope this is helpful, and thank you for sticking with me through this training. Have a great rest of your day.